Hi, welcome to the 9th tutorial in our Make Wordle with Python series. I'm going to do a brief recap of our code and what it does up to date and what we want to do. This time around, we want to add something to our code that will restrict the words so that we can only choose dictionary words that we've stored in our 5-letter word list. We'll also change our program so that once we've guessed the correct word, it will declare victory and end the game. To do those things, I'm going to review the code again so that we know we're all on the same page. We defined this print back statement that accepts the statement and a color. And the statement is always going to just be a single letter, or in our case, we've declared these colors, green, yellow, and gray, so that they're just easier to input into this print back here. And we have our 5-letter word list we made in a previous tutorial. We defined all the words from that word list. And then we restricted a small set of test words that we were choosing from originally. Then we further restricted to just one single word from our test word list. And that's all fine. But now what we'd like to do is make sure that this guess can't be RRRRR or RRRRX, because those are not real words. So we don't want fake guesses. So there will be two things that we need to do. We're going to make a while statement inside here that says while guess not in word list, which is the name of our list of all the words. So while the guess is not in the word list, we will continue to ask for guesses. Now this will actually present a problem, because once we satisfy this on our guess number 1, if we don't redefine our guess as something not in the word list, then we won't get any more guesses. Our first guess will just loop through all 6 of our guesses and the program will end. So down at the bottom of our code, after we've iterated our counter and our number of guesses, we should redefine guess as an empty string, because an empty string should not be in our word list. So now we can test out this behavior. We'll guess a 5-letter word, and it's still telling us that it's error because we haven't changed that yet. So if we said arrow, that's fine. If we said groin, that's fine. Now if we want to actually guess the right word, there. It guessed error, it said it was fine, but it doesn't end the game yet. If we try to guess a word that's not real, like RRRRR, it just shakes it off and says, no, give me a real guess. Guess 4. And flake is a real word. So that's how it's going to work. I'm going to hit Control-C to interrupt our code and kill it. We'll move back to the text. So now we've gotten this functionality where we can only guess real words. And that's, I think, an improvement to the code. Now we'd like the code to declare us victorious when we win. First off, I'm going to look for this print statement where we're actually printing the word right here, and I'm going to make that go away for now. I don't want it to print the word anymore. And in fact, we can also make the word stop being error. So now the word will come from our test word list. So we'll have a little bit of fun while we're debugging our code. Down here, somewhere after the logic that assigns all the colors, we loop through and find the word without the we create the word without correctly placed letters. Then we go through, and where the letters are correctly placed, we color them green. Where the letters are not correctly placed, we either color them yellow or gray. After all of that has happened, we do not want to, any longer to print the word without correctly placed letter, but we would like to print perhaps the a statement if you've won. And so to print a statement if we've won, we're going to take our word lists and recombine them into a string. We're going to do that using an empty string dot join statement, list word, and this is going to be an if statement. If empty string dot join list word is identical to empty string dot join guess word, or sorry, list guess. If that statement is true, that means we've won the game. So we can have a print statement. We'll use an F string. And we'll say, woo-hoo, you guessed it in counter guesses. Because our counter here is slightly different from our number of guesses. Our counter starts at 1, and then we don't iterate our counter until the end. So the counter will be the more accurate metric that we want to track. Let's run our code again and see what happens. Guess a 5-letter word. Well, what if we guess RRR? Ah, doesn't like that. We could say groin again. Oh, that was a fair guess. That's very odd. Because now we're getting a behavior that's not correct, because now the R should be green. Or, yeah, that R should definitely be green. I don't know why it's gray. So we're going to have to go back to the drawing board. We won't have to go back to the drawing board at all. I forgot that I had made the game fun again by not knowing what the word is. So I'm so silly. But we could just guess some words that we know it can be, which is not very fun. But pizza and ionic have an I in them. So let's guess one of those. Pizza. Woohoo! I guess it in 3 guesses. Well, isn't my English wonderful? So we're going to add an ED here. You guessed it in so many guesses. And save it. And we're going to call that a win. Thank you for watching this tutorial. Stick around for the next one.